Tejashwi. I work as a senior data engineer at Zurich. I would like to share my knowledge on Agentic AI services. It's a data quality agent. I recently found something interesting about this data quality agent that I have built. So, what does this data quality agent do? It basically checks the quality of the data completely that we have in a Databricks environment. This agent will have access to all the tables that are there in the Unity catalog of the Databricks environment. So I would check. So what this data quality agent does, it would check the table condition. Basically, it would check for the uniqueness of the table, and it would check for the keys. It would check for the duplicates. It checks for the null percentage. It would check for some restrictions on the columns, and it would check for the freshness of the data when the data got refreshed in that particular table, and and whatnot. It would check everything on a particular table automatically without a human intervention. The agent will write the queries itself, and it would ask for our approval. Once everything we feel like it's doing correct, we can approve, and it does all the checks on a particular table and gives the table condition into another table that we can link to the any visualization tool and check daily the table condition without any manual testing. If this sounds interesting, I would like to go share my screen with you and show a small demo on a agentic AI service, which is a DQ agent. Now, this is an interface of an Azure AI Foundry. The things we need for the Azure Agentic AI to build is AI Azure Foundry. Here, this is the interface where we're gonna build a DQ agent. So this is a DQ agent which I have recently built, and we need a logic apps. We would integrate the logic apps. Basically, this is the workflow that I have built in the logic apps, and we need to integrate this here in the agent so that this acts as an API to get access to the Databricks tables. And only these three we need in order to make this agent work successful. Okay, let me give now a small demo. Let me take this column name and perform the DQ on this table. So this table is a policy data demo table. It's a sample dummy data that has inconsistencies in it. So this agent, so you need not to have this agent in this application. You can keep a standalone application as a separate independent application where you can trigger this agent. We can schedule a trigger for this agent, DQ agent. Once your data is ready and curated, you want to check the particular table, you can directly trigger this agent. What it does is it would give the row count of that particular table and the distincts in the key and the nulls in the primary key column, and you check for the nulls in any column, and if you set for any range that the negative values are not allowed in this particular column, then it would show a flag for this column. And if you set some range for the column where this column values should not exceed 100k or 200k, but if it exceeds those, that particular flaw is also captured here. Okay, and whatnot. So these are the profiling matrix, and it have got all the queries done. So I have approved that, and this is the summary it checks and gives. And these are all the results, analysis results that it have made. I mean, these are all the rules what we have given in the prompt here. We have to give a prompt here, okay? So this is an agent. I also have a DE agent. I would explain it to you after once DQ is done. So I'm using a GPT 4.1 and giving a prompt and integrating the logic apps here, the run SQL. If you want me to show the logic apps, the workflow integrated in that particular agent, I would show you. Give me 1 second. I think this is loading. It's taking time. Uh, oh, that's okay. Yeah, finally we got. So this is the workflow that is integrated there in the logic app. This whole flow is integrated here. Okay, and the DQ checks, inserts, results. So all this will be inserted. Proceed to run define DQ checks. Yes, confirm. Yes, please insert. Proceed. So these are all the three tables where our analysis results would be stored in this, and you can link this result table to an any visualization tool, and you can check on daily basis the condition of the table, how it's performing, and what it exactly gives here. This wait. So 9/7. Today's date is 9/7, and I did run just now in front of you. The 9/7 records have inserted just now. Um, So what's the rule? Uniqueness on claim ID. That is what we described, and it did check for that. It did check for not null on policy ID. Policy ID is the primary key column. It did check for the nulls for that, and it should also check for the not null claim amount and all those rules it need to check for. So the violation, so one got violated, and it has another column in the claim amount that got violated. So what is that particular ID that got violated? P3005 is an ID that got violated. You go directly, filter for that. It has an issue, go and just correct it. And the claim amount is in negative, which it should not be, as we described in the prompt. That's the one issue. So these are the results. Let's see the scorecard. 9/7. This is the only one record that got inserted today. uh, what we just ran. So, seven rules out of which one passed, and the six rules were failed. And what it got failed. So, negative values are there, future dates are there, like that. It gives all kind of notes what it have failed. Uh, and whatever the analysis is done by the uh, agent, let's ask to insert into table. Insert into this particular table. So on that particular table, the policy table, whatever the analysis is done by the agent just now, I'm asking it to insert. Now let's see what it gonna insert. So it got in, one row got inserted. What it has? So it has a row counts. What the row counts and the key JSONs. Let us go and see what it got inserted. That's best. 97. So this is the one record we just inserted. So the row count in that particular table is 14 records. There are 14 records in total, and out of which distinct policy ID or 11. I mean the three records have problem, and distinct claim ID or 12 out of 14, and distinct policy ID or 11 out of 14 which are distinct, and null policy ID 1. I mean it exactly where the problem is, it is showing there in the policy ID 1, and the null claim amount is 1 and the null status is 1. And we also have like missing amount sample order ID, so it gives a complete analysis everything. And here we would clearly see the sample what exactly. So if you see the sample, if you take some random sample, so the claim ID C003, the claim amount is negative value, which is wrong. It shouldn't be. We should go and correct there. This is not checked by a human. It's checked by the agent. And the policy ID P1130, it has a duplicate. Claim ID C002 has a duplicate. Claim ID this. So all these problems whatever the table have of get inserted into the particular final table, and you can connect this table to the Power BI and you can monitor every day without any human intervention. Once you monitor, you just go and fix. It reduces the time manual work, and no tables get deleted or dropped by any chance. You can just restrict to only read only. So no risk, zero risk, but automation, 100% automation. I hope you got a clear picture what it does, right? So it has all this, it did run all these queries, and uniqueness on a policy ID, not null on a policy ID, claim amount, and no, the freshness is max, or the sample where exactly the error is, that is given in the sample JSON. And all this row counts, distinct, min, max, event, null. So everything is done by this DQ agent. uh, I think this DQ agent seems interesting, right? And we need not to test anything manually. Everything is done by this DQ agent, and the results will be automatically inserted into the final destination table. You can connect to the table to the any visualization tool, and you can do the daily monitoring and go and fix. You can add a trigger to this. Once your transformation is done, just trigger this pipeline. Your data quality would be done on that particular table.